let's discuss the state of Dota 2 in India. What was, is, and will be of this game in our motherland. We've all heard multiple times that Dota 2 is dying and what contributes to it. There are multiple videos on this topic, such as Elwono's analogy. Even AFK Gaming has a video on this topic. All links below. This video is specifically about what went down with once the most popular game of India. How did it come to a point from India hosting Corbex and ESL1 Mumbai in 2019 to Dota having one to no sponsored teams in 2020? Even though the prize pool for Dota has consistently decreased, it has seen a decline in participation. Sponsors pulling out, claiming there was not enough viewership. LXG, Entity, and Global Esports being the top ones. ESL India Premiership also removed Dota 2 from their games, not to mention DreamHack dropped Dota 2 last year. So what led to this? In my opinion, the blame falls on the Indian Dota 2 community who lack the dedication and professionalism. Teams wanted instant success and the short-sightedness plagued the community. There was less to no practice and every other Dota 2 team would disband over one tournament. It was kind of an unsaid rule that you made a team just for the tournament. It was easier this way because if one or two players failed in the roster, you could just change them and you could try and win the next tournament. It was the general mentality. Replace the underperformer for the next tournament and move on. The concept of building synergy and team play was not given any acknowledgement.
Actually, just as I told, we are playing as a team for like a week or so, and
we just made this team like 4-5 days before. Just practiced like 3-4 games before this tournament. That too without Skype and all. And coming the tournament, we lost pretty.
Are you going to see any roster shuffles, or is this going to be a standard lineup going forward?
As far as the thing, I guess 4 players are gonna stick together. I don't know, but yeah, me, Darshan, and maybe No Chance are gonna stick together. Haunter and Asif, I don't know about them. So let's see. They'll make their plans.
The community was stagnated to a small pool of players who would shuffle among themselves and play with no consistency. There was less chance of someone new making it on the scene unless they had a certain MMR, which does make sense, but at the same time, people never considered players with a scope for improvement. There are people who realized that this was lacking in the community and did try to bring teams that would stick and push players to improve on themselves. I've personally experienced Macro Magic, Chemical X, and Go Figure trying to do this. Why have we not improved, you ask? Our culture is to style and show off in game and get an ego trip. Mostly talking about how well one played after the game is kind of important. This egoistic behavior caused a lack of knowledge sharing, which could have helped attract new players on the scene when supported by these older players. The attitude of growing together and nurturing young players was lackluster. A terrible reason to play Dota is when your primary motive is to earn money through it. You don't get paid to get good at Dota. You get paid when you are good at Dota.
Stop going behind the money and think about the longer game. Like, stick as 5. Stick as 5 and think about down the line. What are we going to achieve in 3 years? Rather than taking a very early step like this tournament, next tournament, and we didn't do. That's it. Going away. Rather than stop doing and think about the tournament which is down the line in 3 years and start working for it.
On the other hand, figures like Sharky even tried to get in SEA players with hopes that players from India could learn from mingling with other culture and try to improve. All this came too late and now there is less to none new Dota players in India. At this point, I'll talk about the great Signify. and their players. From 2017 till they disbanded in 2019, they didn't drop a single series to an Indian team. Winning every Indian tournament in these 2 years, they dominated the scene and killed the competition. 5 best players of India had an amazing run. They even made it to the Forbes India cover. Though they showed that Indians can be as good as them, I believe the sheer dominance turned out to be bad for the Indian Dota in the long run. Consolidation at the top level killed the chances of local competition and storylines. Another major failure by the community was the absence of content. None of the players who were actually in the scene streamed games or tried to create any content to reach the budding audience. As Elwono puts it, Dota 2 is a spectator sport, and all the people who couldn't end up playing still love the game and watch it. Kudos to AFK Gaming for doing an amazing job, but the players themselves were not involved in content creation, and that didn't help at all. The drop in viewership is the primary reason for ESL India Premiership to remove Dota 2. Some other notable points to be made are the rare scams by tournament organizers and people who you played with. Loss of Dota 2 culture in cafes was also another reason. All these factors combined make Dota 2 unviable in India.
Let's see, because there's no Dota scene in India right now. If I can get an opportunity to play in some other team, I'll give my best shot.
Contrastingly, the talent yet exists. Many 6K, 7K MMR players grind away. I feel that with the right mentality and the effort, they can help make Dota a comeback. But it's a very slim chance for that to happen. Don't get me wrong, as an avid lover of this game, and as much as I want this scene to thrive, I don't see it happening. As we hope for the best, someday a group of friends might just make it international and revive the Dota 2 scene here.